Good morning, everybody. This is Elizabeth Madison, registered dietitian and weight loss coach. And let's just give God the glory that we are here for another day. I want to thank you for joining me on my Thursday morning, the Wellness Spotlight Show, where I talk about all things nutrition and wellness, body, mind, and spirit. And this morning, I'm talking about foods that fight and feed stress. And we want to eat more foods that will help us fight stress, especially with all we're dealing with right now. Now, I want you to know that I'm doing this particular Thursday morning show with SEQ Moves, which is an initiative by Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant to help us move more as a community. And you can find more about SEQ Moves on our Facebook page, SEQ Moves. Join the movement, because even now, more than ever, it is really important that we get moving. So this morning, I want to talk about foods that fight stress. We are dealing with so much uncertainty. Our whole lives, our routines, our schedules, everything that was normal about our lives has been upended. And that uncertainty, all that change can really create a lot of stress. I know that it has created so much stress in my own life just because everything has shifted. And what I need to do and what I want you to do is to control the controllable. We may not be able to change everything that's going on around us, but we can control how we take care of ourselves. And that's what I want to focus on this morning. The foods that can help you fight stress and how to reduce the intake of those foods that actually feed stress. I did a webinar for the Rochester Village Community Center, 2 webinars in fact, all about stress. We talked about the types of stress, good and bad stress, and how to manage it. And those webinars were the brainchild of Julia Shore, who is the director of the Rochester Village Community Center. So if you missed that 2-part webinar, all you have to do is go to my website or my YouTube page or my podcast and get the webinar. You can view it or listen there. Get the information, because we need strategies to help us manage this season so that we can emerge from it better than when we came in. That is the goal. How do we just take care of ourselves through this season? So let's talk about foods that feed stress and foods that fight stress. We want to have foods that help keep us level. All of us, most of us, are in a state of anxiety and stress, whether it's a little bit or a lot. And we want to make sure that our bodies are really able to manage that external stress. And that means you want to have minimal internal stress. Some of the foods you eat actually create stress because their bodies have to work so hard to digest them, to manage them, and those foods affect our hormones, the different types of hormones, and our moods. So for example, white refined flour. That's what you really find in bread, white bread, croissants, pastries, like muffins. Yeah, that bran muffin is, still white flour. It just looks brown. Those kind of foods create more stress hormones in your body, and they also create a lot of spikes in your blood sugars because they have no fiber. And when something that you eat doesn't have any fiber, it spikes your blood sugars because your body digests it really, really fast. And then your blood sugars go way up, and you might feel a little good, and then they go way down very quick. And that moods, all that up and down can affect your moods and can create more stress hormones. So you want to keep those kind of foods at a minimum. Now, in addition, foods that are highly processed, foods like sausages, franks, kielbasa's, the snacky foods, those potato chips, pretzels, those kind of foods that we kind of go to when we are stressed out. They may make you feel good in the short term, but they wreck your health later, and they create surges in those stress hormones. So you really want to keep those those highly processed foods to an absolute minimum. Not that you can't have it, because that's not realistic, but I want you to keep it to a minimum. And good morning, David. Good morning, Kim. Thank you for joining me. So I want you to hit those like buttons. Hi, Pat. Thank you. I want you to hit those like buttons, and please share this. Now, I'm going to give you a free list of foods that fight stress. And all you have to do is text Elizabeth, the word Elizabeth, to 44222. So text Elizabeth to 44222 to get a free download of foods that fight stress. Now, some other foods that actually create stress are things like fruit juice. Even though fruit juice is nutritious, because it doesn't have any fiber, again, it gets digested into your bloodstream very, very quickly, causing blood spikes, and then you go up and then you crash. You're better off having whole fruits. So I want you to just remember that one. And we're going to talk about what kind of fruits are best to fight stress. So those are those kind of foods that fight stress, that feed stress. Fruit juice, white refined flour, and highly processed foods like those snacky foods or deli meats, things that come in a tube, French sausages, things like that. And so I just want you to think about that before you put them in your body, especially now when you want to have as minimal internal stress as absolutely possible. What foods fight stress? Let's talk about those foods. First, and I know a lot of people eat these, okay, salmon. Salmon can help you fight stress. And even if you don't like salmon, other fatty fish like sardines and tuna are really great sources of omega-3. Why do we want to eat these foods at least 3 times a week? Because they have anti-inflammatory effects due to the omega-3. Omega-3 helps you reduce the inflammation in your body, which can help you also manage the surge in stress hormones. So omega-3 helps prevent the surge in stress hormones. And anything that can help you prevent your stress hormones from going out of whack is something that you want to eat regularly. And salmon, sardines, tuna are great sources of omega-3 fatty acids. I'm going to be talking about if you should be eating some of these foods, rather these vitamins and minerals, in supplement form or in natural form for Crunch Fitness. So as you may know, I am the nutrition consultant for the Crunch Fitness Center in Rochdale, New York. Now, even though the gyms are closed, we just moved everything online. So for my Crunch Fitness members in Rochdale, I'm going to start my webinars next week. And so look out for that. I'm going to do a whole video on what we're going to be talking about. But next week, we're going to be talking about supplements. So join me there so I can talk more about what supplements you should be taking and what supplements you should not spend your money on. Another way of saying that, you should not be wasting your money on. So salmon is one way to really help you manage stress. Another food that can help you fight stress is spinach. Spinach is powerful. I really hope you are all eating spinach. And if you don't like spinach, that's okay, because any dark, green, leafy vegetable can help you fight stress. How is that? Why? Because they contain magnesium. When we don't get enough magnesium in our bodies, it can lead to feelings of fatigue and headache. And that is the last thing we need during this season. Things that could cause us to make us feel tired and give us headaches. And spinach and other dark green leafy vegetables are excellent sources of magnesium. So make sure that you get those in, literally, folks, every single day. Let's keep going. Another food that will help you fight stress, this is not really a food, it's a beverage, chamomile tea. If I had my way, everybody would have 1 to 2 cups of chamomile tea every single day, especially during this season. Why? Because chamomile tea has antioxidants, is anti-inflammatory, and antibacterial. It has all those amazing properties in it. In addition, it has relaxant properties. Yes, there are studies that show that chamomile tea can literally help you relax. So when you're feeling stressed out and you just want to reach for some chips or you want to reach for a glass of wine, instead pause, and then think about, okay, what do I really need to do? I need to just calm myself down. Let me have a really beautiful warm cup of chamomile tea. So that's a great way to just calm that anxiety and help your body prevent those surges in stress hormones and give your body anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and antioxidant doses that your body needs, especially now, because it also helps you build your immune system. Let's keep going. Blueberries. Blueberries are your body's powerhouse. I gotta tell you, if you like blueberries, I want you to put blueberries in literally everything. Your smoothies, about 1 cup, your oatmeal, not in blueberry muffins, all right? What do you want? Or we do not want to do that, but we want to eat them naturally because your body needs them. So blueberries are amazing. And why? Because they also have antioxidants and they have phytonutrients. and those things keep the immune system running. Another benefit of the blueberries is that they boost the production of natural killer cells, which help you fight off disease. It keeps your immune system just running at top capacity. And we know that studies have shown that people who eat blueberries have higher levels of these natural killer cells. So if you like blueberries, I want you to incorporate them as regularly as possible. And it doesn't matter whether they're fresh or they're frozen. The nutrients are the same and your body says thank you. Awesome. Okay, next, oranges. Now, the thing about oranges is I want you to get your nutrient that comes in this. The number one nutrient in oranges is vitamin C. If you can, don't do the vitamin C as a supplement. I'd rather you take and eat one big fat orange or grapefruit every single day. Why? Because one big, handful of nice, beautiful orange will give you a day's worth of vitamin C. And you get the benefit of all the fiber that is also included in the orange that you do not get when you take a supplement or when you drink orange juice. So one big beautiful orange will give you a massive dose of vitamin C. It's a critical antioxidant that helps you build your immune system, keep you feeling strong, and it helps prevent those stress hormones that can surge, especially when we're under a lot of stress. So get those oranges in. Bananas. Bananas are amazing. Why? Because they contain, B vitamins like B6 and folate. And again, these vitamins, these nutrients help us boost our mood and reduce anxiety. This is how God works. He gives us foods that help us cope. He gives us foods that help us manage our emotions to suppress the stress, especially if it's coming in externally. I don't want you to eat bananas all day long every day because, they are high in carbohydrates. Even though they're a good food, I want you to have one medium-sized banana every 2 or 3 times a week, in addition to the other fruits that I just mentioned. So bananas are cool. And for people who have high blood pressure, you definitely want to try bananas because, of course, they have potassium. But again, manage your intake. We want them, but just don't want a whole lot of them. Hi, William. Hi, Annette. How are you guys doing? Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Folks, I need you to, hit those like buttons. Let me know that you're there. Thank you very much. And more than anything, I want you to share this video. Share this video. And because you know that there are other people out there that need this information. We are under a lot of stress right now during this season. And we want to make sure that we, even though there are external stressors, because there's so much uncertainty going on in there, we don't want internal stressors. And the foods that we eat can either feed stress or fight stress. So we want to focus on those foods that help us fight stress. And I just mentioned a whole bunch of them, but if you just happen to miss the ones I just covered, all you have to do is text my name, Elizabeth, to 44222 to get a free download on the foods that can help you fight stress. That's text Elizabeth to 44222 to get a free download. So let me go and give you one more before I let you guys go for the day. And these are avocados. Isn't it amazing how these foods are such powerhouses because of what they do for us? Now, of course, avocados are an excellent source of potassium, which is great for your blood pressure, but they also have a lot of B vitamins. And again, that helps you improve your mood and decrease surges in stress hormones. So those are some of the foods that can really help you fight stress. Now, I am a faith-based dietitian, so I believe in taking a body, mind, and spirit approach to wellness. Food is one part of it. Eating what you can do, eating what you eat, really can help you manage how your body feels. And right now, we need our bodies in top fighting condition so that we can manage all the uncertainty and all the changes that are occurring in our lives. But we also need to have the right mindset. How are you dealing with this season? Are you looking with each day with trepidation or anticipation and expectation? Are you looking towards each day with gratitude and thanking God for at least 5 things that He's done for you? Or are you looking at each day with concern and worry? Understand that how your mindset is will dictate and determine how each day rolls out for you. And right now, we need a lot of joy. We need a lot of positive thinking. We need a lot of faith and hope because the people around us need it, and we need it for our country and for our families and for ourselves. So check your mindset and make sure that it is positive and it stays positive. Even when we hear negative things, we need to change it around. And of course, to help us do that, we need our spiritual component. So for my faith-based folks, let me share a scripture with you that will help you focus on the positive and focus on the true source of our peace, which is our Father God. And this is Jeremiah 17, 7 through 8, the Amplified Version. Blessed is the man who believes and trusts in and relies on the Lord, and whose hope and confident expectation is the Lord. For he will be nourished like a tree planted by the waters, that spreads out its root by the river, and will not fear the heat when it comes, but its leaves will be green and moist, and it will not be anxious and concerned in a year of drought, nor stop bearing fruit. This is what God does for us. Trust in him, and he will deliver you every single day through every single trial. Please, everybody, body, mind, and spirit, control the controllable. God bless and have an amazing, beautiful day. And remember, text Elizabeth to 44222 to get the free download, and please share this video. I'll see you all soon. Have a great day.